Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of 2 active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. So this week I wanted to do something quick and simple, so I grabbed this Mega Flower sticker book. And I like this sticker book because they have stickers that are grouped together that will go together. So it's very easy to pick a theme that you want to go with, and then they're all together in the book instead of having to jump around to find the boxes or the quotes or the flowers. They're just all grouped together. So then I went ahead and grabbed my black washi tape drawer and grabbed a few black washi tapes and also grabbed a few pink from the wall to my left. And I'm going to go ahead and at first I thought I would start by just putting down my functional stickers, and I did decide to do a combination of the silver and the colors. Although I don't love the silver, but I always feel bad that I'm going to waste them. So I did just go ahead and use the silver boxes as well as the color boxes. So I start laying my functional stickers down, and then I realize that maybe I am getting ahead of myself and I should think about how else I want to break up the spread. So I have a lot going on this week, so I do want to put some decorative items just to break things up, but I also need to leave plenty of room for lines. So I am going to go ahead and put some flowers along, not quite the bottom of the top box, but just a little bit below that. So I did decide to grab a skinny pink washi tape instead of the fat pink washi tape just to anchor things. And I did look around for my T-square, but of course I couldn't find it. But this would have been a perfect application for it because I think my line is a little wavy, but we'll just go with it. And then I used my Cricut control knife and some jelly roll pen to white out those lines. So I'm going to do that on both sides. And once again, the T-square ruler would be very helpful here, but I could not find it. My desk is a bit of a mess, and I don't see it getting any better since the next project that I need to do is assembling teacher appreciation gifts for next week. So we will get that together, and then hopefully I'll be able to clean off my desk. But I was able to find my jelly roll pen and my knife, so we should be good to go. So I did white that line out because I plan on putting some florals there, and I didn't want the vertical lines to mess with the look of the clear florals. I did grab another washi tape so that I can layer it down below the pink, and I am ripping it in half. Partially to save it, but also because I didn't want that fat of a piece of washi tape underneath the pink. The pink and half of the black stripe is almost a full width of washi, and I really wanted to make sure I left plenty of room for my lines and my functionality for the week. So that is why I went ahead and ripped that in half. I also just really like the look of ripped washi tape. You can also put it on your paper trimmer and cut it in half as well if you don't like that ripped look. And so I'm going to use this washi tape as a base for my florals. Originally, I was just going to use all of those those single flowers across my border, but then as I'm ripping off the backing, because I have a really hard time getting clear stickers off the sticker paper, I did really like those flowers that are already together, so I decided to go ahead and put those down. And I didn't really have a rhyme or reason to where I was putting them down at first. I knew I didn't want to put two of the same ones right next to each other, so I did go ahead and put the two different ones on opposite ends. And then when I go to do the left-hand side, the reason why I put the pink and purple to the left is because it has a flat edge to start with. So that's why I just went ahead and tucked it to the left. And then I put the more yellow one to the right just because it made it easier. And then I had to find a way to fill in that gap on the right-hand side. And I had originally thought I was going to have to use those little flowers But thankfully, I was able to go back a little further and find another grouping that would fit well. And thankfully, when you overlap these florals, they look good still. You just have to be cognizant of which ones you want to be on top. And it does stick up just a little higher than the other two, but I was okay with that. And then I can go ahead and start getting my functional stickers down for the week. It is a bit of a crazy week, mostly towards the end of the week, but we also have some state testing again this week. We have some doctor's appointments. My son is going in for a asthma exercise test. And then we have a long weekend of sports. My daughter has opening day for softball, and my son has a soccer tournament that is out of town. So we will be dividing and conquering. It's very common at this time of year that we divide and conquer, and it makes it easy to decide where we're going since my husband is my daughter's softball coach and has to be at softball. So there's no actual deciding going on. We automatically know who is going where. So there's no confusion there. It makes it much easier. I do also want to put a small disclaimer out there that every time I use undo, I usually cut out the drying time. I just set away from my spread and let it dry, and then I clip that part out of the recording. I don't really think that you guys want to watch that drying process. It doesn't take long, but it's long enough in the video where it would just be dead time. So I want to just cut that out for you guys. The next thing I'm going to do is put a box in the left sidebar. I like to put my meal plans here. I know you guys are probably sick of me saying that and putting boxes there, but once again, if you find something that works for you, just go ahead and do it. It doesn't matter if, other people do it that way or you've done it that way for the last 6 weeks. It doesn't matter. If it works for you, go ahead and do it. And once you get sick of it or it doesn't work for you in the stage of life that you're in, then go ahead and change it. So originally I was going to put those florals down there, but I felt like my spread was getting a little floral heavy, and I get them down and then I realized that, wow, that's a lot of florals across the middle of the page. So I do decide to take them back up and use this fabulous sticker instead. I just use my undo to get those florals up and put them on a little bit of washi in case I want to use them again. And my undo is new. I had loaned my other one to a friend and haven't gotten that one back, which is fine, except I forgot how fast the undo comes out in the new bottles. You barely have to touch it and a ton comes out. So I do spill quite a bit on my page to the point where it makes my washi tape not sticky anymore. So I did grab a glue pen and glue my washi tape back down. And it also stained my black box over there a little bit, which it'll be fine once I get text written over it, but that actually is stained. There's like a watermark over there. But normally I try not to put that much on at one time. So the next thing I'm going to do, and I might skip through part of this, is put my lines down. I am using the 5mm line guide from Chrissy Ann Design Studio, and I'm going to do 3 groupings of lines today. The top lines are going to be for my spring projects that I have going on. We have a roofer and our insurance guy coming on Monday. We had a big hailstorm a couple weeks ago, so we're working on getting our roof replaced, but there was also some other damage done. So once we talk to the insurance guy and find out what else we can get done, I will go ahead and start lining up those projects as well. But I find it's very important for me to have a dedicated section for that so I can keep track of what I need to be doing to move those projects along. Then I'm going to put a lot of lines on the weekend, which I realize now is kind of dumb because I will be out of town for soccer for the weekend. So Normally I get a ton of stuff done on the weekends, but this particular weekend, those lines will mostly be blank, and that's okay. I might also use them just for things that I need to pack or reminders for next week, so that's okay as well. I did go ahead and put another sticker down and a little functional box with the word weekend in it. I don't know, I'm weird. I just like to notate the weekend. I love the weekend. I like that I don't have to focus on work as well as everything else. It's just a bit of a mind break, which I greatly need by Friday night, honestly. So then I'm going to put some lines in the bottom for all my personal items, and I'm not going to put a ton throughout the week just because Monday I have soccer, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday my son has soccer, Friday we're going to the musical, so there isn't a ton of time this week to get things done, and I need to be cognizant of that. I am going to go ahead and white out the horizontal line between the bottom two boxes, and then I'm going to use that for work things. I don't always put my work items in my planner, but after a very, very busy 2 weeks at work, focusing on one specific project, I really want to be able to just open my planner to one page and see everything that I need to do for that day. I won't probably write things down for work until that morning, only because each day is a guessing game of what project is going to be focused on. And that kind of sucks, but I've learned to just go with it. But I know that I need to open some tickets, some support tickets, but I don't necessarily know what day of the week that will be. So that item will be on my master to-do list until I decide where exactly I'm going to put it for the week. Every morning, I will just look at my inbox and my email, as well as my to-do list, my master to-do list, and then I will pick the items from those places and put on my list. I also will not fill up my list for the day because I know things get added as the day progresses. So I will not fill that at the beginning of the day, but it will progressively get fuller as the day goes on. So I know this looks like a lot of lines and it is a little bit overwhelming, but last week I was loving the way I had my lines broken out. I just had my spring items and my personal items, and I didn't have an area for work just because we were focused on that one project. But it was really, really handy to just have everything in one place and one spread. And again, there isn't a lot of room for decor, but I really liked the functionality of it. I did try to layer this other flower sticker over in the sidebar, but between the fabulous background and that, it was just too much. But I did want to go ahead and use it. So I did put it down in the corner. I layered it with another box, which I will probably put things like my errands in it. I definitely will have to go to the grocery store at some point. And I do have an Amazon return that I actually need to return probably by Wednesday. So that's pretty important as well. But in general, that's usually where I put my errands, or if I have something specific, like if I had a big thing to do for Teacher Appreciation Week, I could put that there as well. But since it's just one thing that I'm doing for the teachers, I don't really need that section for that. And then I did put this other little box just to cover up that little, I can't even remember what it says, but I cover it up every week pretty much, and I just wanted to cover it up again. And then I will just use little bits and pieces to make a little layering effect over there. But I am really loving how the florals are looking on this page, and I know it's weird, but I love the lines for all my to-do lists. I love to be organized. I love the feeling of organization. So anything that helps me get there is greatly appreciated in my world. But this is basically my spread for the week. I hope that everybody enjoyed this. Let me know how your spring is going and if May is a crazy month for you as well. Also, let me know down below if there is something specific you would like to see from my planner. As I mentioned in the opening, I keep all my stuff in one planner. I do not have multiple planners. I do, however, only keep 1 month worth of calendars in my planner at a time, which is why it leaves me plenty of room to keep everything else in my planner that I need to run my life. So this week I will put my calendar items at the top. I'll put my meal plans and my errands on the left side. The top section will be for my spring cleaning items. Then the middle section will be for work and the bottom will be for personal. I hope that everyone has a great week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!